You know, he was Quintana's really good. He was making his pitches. Didn't look like he missed location very often until he wanted to. I'm sure we'll get to that in a minute. But you know, him moving the ball in and out, his curveball was really good. His changeup was good. He pitched just off the barrel enough. We hit a couple balls hard, but we just couldn't piece together enough hits. We had the one inning in the third where we had the first and second, and we don't get the bunt down, and then Altuve and Correa both drive the ball to center field and get nothing to show for it. So, good performance. Hat tip to him for pitching his game for sure.
Correa and Altuve didn't come up with anything. Just a weird day from them, I guess.
Yeah, he's allowed a 0 for 4 or 0 for 3 or whatever he was. It's a tough league. He's not going to get a hit every day, so he'll be back in there tomorrow. Yeah, Colin battled him. He battled throughout. You know, he had this finish pitches pretty well. He finished at bats very well with the strikeouts. A couple big strikeouts to keep the game close to the 2-1 score until the end. So when he makes his pitches, you know, I think he had a little extra on his fastball. He came off a light outing in Anaheim where he had 83 pitches. So I think he felt fresh. He finished some pitches. He had a hard time locating his fastball at the end of his outing, but. I thought he pitched well enough to keep us close.
With Quintana's pitch there, was it the fact that you both got warnings, or?
Yeah, no. So that, you know, I'm all for the game policing itself, and I think it's important for the league to understand that, you know, you take a shot at a guy to protect your guy. They didn't like the Abreu got hit. It obviously wasn't on purpose. He smokes a ball to the foul territory. We're trying to pound him in. We hit him. He didn't like it. And so they decide to take a shot at Gaddis. They take a shot at Gaddis, they miss. They take a second shot at Gaddis, they don't get 2 free shots at your players. It's garbage for them to allow Quintana, who's been perfect the entire game and making his pitches. He's given up a couple hits, 1 home run to the opposite field. To take 2 shots at Evan Gaddis, it's unfair. And to warn him is to admit that there was a problem. To not eject him is a choice that they made that I didn't appreciate. And you're not going to take 2 shots at our guys and have it not be a spectacle for the entire industry to see. So I respect the fact that they want to protect their players. You can't do it twice.
And that's why you felt like it was important to go out, even though he told you.
Yeah, I don't care what he said. I think it's important for everybody to understand that judgment in that is intent. And if you warn somebody, you're saying he intended to throw the ball behind him or at him. That's grounds for dismissal from the game and ejection. So the fact that they didn't do it and allowed him to stay in the game and dot the next pitch to Gaddis inside and then dot the next pitch to Gaddis down and away and then get him out with a breaking ball below the zone. This guy made his pitches all day. And in the one he intended for behind him, he made that pitch too.
AJ, tough weekend series loss, but you've got 3 games against Seattle coming up. What do you have to do to change it?
Yeah, just, you know, we've got to continue to play our game. That's 5 series before that we won. We lost this series. It's unfortunate. We were in position to win yesterday's game. We were close today till they pulled out away. So you've got to give credit to what they did. They out-hit us this series. And, you know, so for us, we get a new series, a division opponent that we haven't seen in a few weeks. But they're right there with us. And it'll be important for us to find ways to create those innings that we've done so well in the last month and a half or 2 months. You know, we've good opponent coming to our stadium tomorrow for a 3-game series, one we're really familiar with. So it should be good. But we'll focus on tomorrow's game. The series we lost this weekend is what it is. We'll move on the schedule for sure.
You had a lot of strikeouts, but it just seemed like some of the walks kind of.
Yeah, the leadoff walk to Shuck was before the double. Is always difficult. You know, anytime a leadoff walk, it makes you nervous. It creates an inning for him. The walk at the end, Davinsky came in and picked him up. But similar to Pfister, you know, a couple too many walks that end up hurting him a little bit, and it's uncharacteristic of our starting staff to walk, you know, as many guys as we have the last couple days. But we'll be back inside the strike zone tomorrow against a new team.
Maybe a smaller footnote, but another outing in which Will Harris pretty much has no damage done against him. Mm-hmm. Just talk about the fact that even when he's out there, he's not putting up a straight 0. No one does anything to him.
Yeah, no, Will Harris is as good a reliever as anybody in the league, certainly this year, and he continues to come in and make his pitches. I mean, he hasn't given up an extra base hit. He hasn't given up damage. He's cleaned up other people's messes. He's cleaned up his own mess from time to time. He's a really good pitcher, and the way that he comes in with his presence, his confidence, and most importantly, his execution makes him one of the most reliable relievers in the league.